President Trump is vowing to get to the bottom of that massive $9 billion fraud scandal in Minnesota. He's surging federal resources to the state, and HHS is freezing childcare payments in all 50 states. But the left would rather attack the messenger than tackle the fraud. Journalist Nick Shirley says he's received death threats for reporting on the alleged Minnesota fraud.
Have you gotten any threats, like actual death threats?
Yeah, well, in person and also.
Can you tell me
online.
about that? Like, are they messaging you saying, we're going to get you? What are they saying to you?
Yeah, like they're saying, oh, like, kirked. You're going to be kirked.
You're going to be kirked. That's what they're saying to you.
Yeah, like you're the next, you'll be the next Kirk. Why are you guys coming after somebody for going against fraud? Like, I didn't make this a right or left issue. I just showed you guys that fraud was happening.
And Governor Walz seems to be dealing with fraud very seriously by posting this video on social media where he boasts about having wool socks on his hands.
It is a welfare state implicit in immigration in this country. It absolutely should not be. And these governors of the states that the president was talking about, whether it's Minnesota or California or Illinois, they swear an oath to the Constitution to uphold and defend the Constitution, the U.S. Constitution. So those federal tax dollars that are emanating from the place where the Constitution lords over, they are turning a blind eye to the fact that what they are seeing is essentially free money is being laundered and going to God knows where. I mean, it starts with some of these meal and housing programs and, you know, some of the daycare facilities, but that's where it ends. And that's the problem with massive government is you have so much bureaucracy and so many layers that it becomes so big and so vast that no one is able to employ any oversight at some point. And so you have people who, like a magnet, are attracted to these corrupt systems because they know they can absolutely milk this spigot for as much unaccountable money as they can possibly get their hands on. And then we don't know what becomes of it.
Welcome back, guys. When I saw this discussion on The 5, I felt like this is not just a normal news story. This feels big, this feels serious. We are talking about an alleged $9 billion fraud in Minnesota. That is not small money, that is taxpayer money, that is money people work hard for every single day. From the start, the focus is clear. Former President Donald Trump says he wants answers. He says this fraud will be fully investigated. He says federal resources are being sent to Minnesota. He also says childcare payments have been frozen in multiple states. His message is simple. He believes the money was stolen. He believes it should be returned to the American people. Now, whether you like Trump or not, this part matters. When billions of dollars go missing, someone must look into it. This is not about party, this is about trust. People pay taxes and expect that money to be used correctly. When that trust is broken, people get angry, and they should. Then there is the journalist angle. Reporter Nick Shirley says he received death threats just for covering this story. Think about that for a moment. A journalist doing his job, asking questions, reporting facts, and now facing threats. That is scary. That is not normal. That alone tells you how sensitive and serious this issue is. In America, reporters should be free to report without fear. If journalists are being threatened, it means someone does not want the truth to come out. That should worry everyone, no matter what side they are on. Now let's talk about Governor Tim Walz. People expected a serious response. People expected leadership. Instead, what they saw was a strange social media video, a fit check video. Wool socks on his hands. For many viewers, this felt disrespectful. When billions of dollars are in question, jokes do not look good. Leadership matters most during crisis. This was a moment to speak clearly. This was a moment to explain. This was a moment to calm people. Instead, the response felt off. That is why people are upset. Not because of politics, but because of tone. The panel then talks about how this story became political very fast. Democrats blaming Republicans, Republicans claiming Democrats. But fraud is fraud. Stealing taxpayer money hurts everyone. It hurts conservatives, it hurts liberal, it hurts working families. This is where the discussion gets important. The panel agrees on one thing: anyone involved should be held accountable. It does not matter who they voted for. It does not matter what party they belong to. If public money was stolen, justice must happen. Then comes then comes the federal funding issue. This part is very concerning. The claim is that money flows from Washington D.C. to state with very little oversight. Once the money reaches the state, tracking becomes weak. That opens the door to abuse, that open door to corruption. Minnesota is mentioned, California is mentioned, Illinois is mentioned. These are large states with massive budgets. When systems are loose, but bad actors can take advantage. This is why oversight is so important. This is why transparency matters. The conversation also touches on Ilhan Omar and financial questions around this case. There are ongoing investigations into the Feeding Our Future organization. It was founded by Amy Brock, who is not Somali, even though some people tried to frame this as a community issue. This point matters a lot. Fraud is not about race, fraud is not about religion, fraud is not about fraud is about individuals making bad choices. Blaming either communities is wrong. Investigating individuals is right. The panel makes that clear. Now, let's talk about the fund freeze. This is where things get complicated. Freezing early childhood and Head Start funding affects innocent people, childcare workers, parents, kids. Some states depend heavily on this funding. Mississippi, Alabama, West Virginia. If money stops flowing, centers may lose. Workers may lose jobs, families may struggle. This creates a tough balance. On one hand, you must stop fraud. On the other hand, you must protect people who did nothing wrong. This is why careful investigation matters, smart investigation matters. Blanket investigation can cause real harm if not handled properly. The final part of the discussion may be the most serious. The Treasury Department is now involved. They are tracking where the money went. They are looking at bank transfers. They are looking overseas. There are even claims about possible links to extremist groups. If even part of that is true, this becomes a national security issue. Banks involved could face massive fines. Individuals could face serious prison time. This is no longer just about Minnesota. This becomes about how America protects its money. This becomes about how strong our systems really are. So, what is the takeaway here? Simple. This story is not finished. More facts are coming, more names may come out, more investigations are happening behind the scenes. People want honesty, people want answers, people want their money protected. That is not a radical demand, that is basic responsibility. No matter where you stand politically, everyone should agree on one thing: fraud should never be ignored, questions should never be silenced, and leaders should always take these movements seriously. because when truth is broken at this level, the damage lasts a long time. And at the end of the day, this is not about headlines or television debates. This is about accountability, transparency, and respect for the American taxpayer. And that is something every American deserves. Thanks for watching my video. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more important stories. And I will see you in the next video.